Yo guys, what's going on? This is Yokiman here, and I am back with another episode of my Football Manager 2017 save with Inter Milan. And a lot's happened. I actually, for the first time, well, not the first time, but for the first time in a little while, I went through 2 months after that crushing knockout in the Champions League when we didn't make it through the group. We finished third. If you missed the last episode, make sure to go back and watch it to catch up on any of that. Just want to say thank you before we really get into the depths of the episode. I just want to say thanks a lot for the support you guys have been showing. It's fantastic. People have been doing Inter saves alongside it, and the support on this series is fantastic. It's been great. I just cannot believe it. It's insane. I also just want to mention the new series did go up about 2 or 3 days ago. When this drops, probably maybe about a week. If you haven't checked it out, go and check it out. It's a cool little save in Scotland where we're doing a insane kind of like Scottish reform. And if you're enjoying this series, go and check that one out, because that's going to be a real tough challenge. Anyway guys, so let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's look at the transfers, because transfers are always fantastic, and we've had January, and I've taken a lot of flack for the Daily Blind transfer. 46 million rising to 54. People think I hugely overpaid for Daily Blind. I don't feel like I did. On reflection, he's been solid for me. Like, literally has been solid. He's the only player that played okay in the Champions League. In Serie A, he's got an average rating of 7.37. In the Italian Cup, yes, we've only played one game, it's 7.6. So he really has, for the club, been fantastic since we signed him. He can. The thing is, guys, is basically, instead of buying 3 players to fill the positions I needed, which was centre back, left back, defensive midfield, and he can play midfield as well, I got that all in one player. So that is why I went for Daily Blind, because he's so versatile in the positions he can play, and he's just a solid performer. His average rating is insane. He's just a solid performer no matter what. I mean, our Champions League outing was not fantastic, but he still managed to get probably the best rating of any player in the Champions League game. So I just, for me, he's been a solid buy. I know it's a lot of money, and this is a little bit of a fun save, because the other save is majorly stripped back and there's not much cash and we have to struggle. But I just thought it was a good signing, and so far I feel like I've been proved right. It's been fantastic for me, and in so many positions it's just great. So that hopefully clears up that. So what happened on the outs? Wow, man, we've recouped 121 million. I didn't even know that. So what happened? Bakary Sagna went out on loan because he wasn't happy here anymore. That was always expected. A couple of other players waiting out on loan. We sold Stefan Jovetic for 60 million to Lyon. I'm not against the guy, and he was a solid backup in terms of a striker, but he wasn't getting football. He wasn't going to start getting football anytime soon, especially with 3 strikers out on loan that are coming back, which I'm hoping to integrate into the squad next season. Belotti and Berahino, and then Vela. I just didn't see him getting the opportunities. I just didn't see him getting the chance to play this season. So I let him go, and 60 million is not a bad price for him. If you look, last season he came good for his 15 and 8 goals, and to be fair, this season he played 6 and scored 2, so his goal to game ratio wasn't terrible, but he just wasn't going to get a look in, and if I'm not going to play him, there's no point having him around, and to pick up 16 million for someone who you're not using, I just see that as a good deal. We also loaned out Mano Tigueras. Not necessarily something I majorly wanted to do. Ever Banega was someone I was looking to offload, and I couldn't. Nobody wanted this guy. Not a single club even contemplated this guy. So I was like, right, and I need another spot in the squad because I've signed 2 players, and they're not homegrown. So someone had to go out on loan, and Tigueras is only a backup player who hasn't played much, and to be honest, we are contemplating letting go next season. Anyway, he's pretty solid, but he's probably going to leave the club. If I can get 10 million for him, I'd be more than happy. But he's gone on loan, and it's not end of the world. He's gone to Valencia. So players in, we signed Rodrigo de Paul, for 13 million. He's just been on fire for Udinese, and I was just like, right, well, I want a piece of this pie. He's been unbelievable for him. He's only 23. He's an Argentine. He's only 23. Yes, his star rating's there, and that's great, but his determination is 15. I just feel like he's going to get better as well as a player, and he could play shadow striker, which is a position I like to play, and he could play in a few positions, so I just felt like he was a solid player for that price and for the wage I'm paying him. Now, the last transfer, it came out of nowhere, really. I was just looking at players transfer listed. I wanted to get Lucas Moura, but I just felt like he probably didn't fit into the squad right now, and I don't know why I went against it. He was going to cost me a pretty penny, but I could afford it. But instead I went for Lazar Markovic, who is a 23-year-old Serbian, who looks promising. He looks like a pretty decent player already. He's not terrible. He's not been doing it at Liverpool, so I signed him. Mainly simply for the fact that I paid, 6.7 million? Yeah, 6.75 million. So I was like, yeah, definitely. Of course I'm going to pick him up, but I don't know if it was a good deal or not, because I've not really used him yet. And when I think he's going to get in the squad, it's a little bit worrying, because we don't play wingers often. He can technically play shadow striker, but he's way behind a lot of players if he's going to play that position. And technically, I don't really like his passing. And his finishing is not great, but in shadow striker, I don't feel like it matters as much. But his decisions are bad as well. I just don't feel like he's going to be key for a shadow striker, so he will play attacking midfield right, which I don't mind, because I could do with a winger role, someone who spreads the ball into the box. But really, on an outlook, this player was someone who we don't need, probably wasn't smart to get in the squad, and maybe a little bit of a mistake, but I'm not willing to admit to it because I'm really good at this game. But anyway, guys, let's take a quick look at the schedule to see what's happened. As you can see, there is plenty of green. Now, we were knocked out by Leverkusen, which on hindsight, I just think their squad's insane. If you didn't see the squad that they put out in the last episode, the squad's unbelievable, so I'm not too bitter. I mean, they've got Lacazette, Volland, Luan. They've, like, on this game, an unbelievable squad. So, I'm not too downbeat. I know the squad needs to improve next season for Champions League football, so we'll work on that. We then went and played Napoli and drew 1-1. Carlos Planos was sent off, and I wasn't going to play him. I was going to play Blind, but I wanted to rest Blind, and unfortunately I rested him, and the man who I replaced him with got sent off, and Jonathan de Guzman scored in the 90th minute after Belotti had already scored on the counter, and bit of a shame. I wanted a win there. But then we go and play Bologna in the Italian Cup first round. We beat him 2-0. Berahino and Ray Manje. That's what I'm going to call him. He's my Albanian who's now gone out on loan, but he's a prospect for the future. He's definitely, I don't know if I've showed him to you. He's this 20-year-old Albanian is hopefully going to be something special next season. Or in the seasons to come. He plays complete forward, which is a perfect role for me, so he can feed Belotti. Hopefully he's going to be great next season. He's got such good potential. We then played Bologna again, where we beat them 2-1. Andrea Belotti and Sado Berahino getting the goals. We then played Calgary, where we beat them 2-0. Brazovic and Berahino again. So Berahino has definitely started to sell in the squad. I cannot complain right now with Berahino's performances. He's playing well. Then played Empoli, Berahino scoring again, and Carlos Vela getting a goal. He's starting to chip in. He's been injury prone, which is a bit of a shame, because I feel like he is actually a good signing, but him being injury prone just sucks, so there's nothing I can really do about that. We then lost to Juventus, who, for the first time, I feel like we played quite evenly. I wasn't overawed by the squad, but they did beat us 2-1. Dybala and Higuain, they were just the clinical. We actually played better in the game. They were just so clinical. There was nothing I could do about it. Every time they got in front of goal, they were scoring. Berahino gets a goal, so it's not too bad. We then lost to Fiorentina, which was one which frustrated me. This should not be a loss. We shouldn't be losing against Fiorentina, so that angered me a little bit. Then went and beat Chievo 2-0. Carlos Vela getting another goal, and Dimitri Payet from the free kick, because he's a beast at free kicks. Then went on a run and beat Lazio 5-0. Carlos Vela, Andrea Belotti gets 4. 4 goals. We just ripped them to absolute pieces. It was superb. We then beat Sampdoria. Marcelo Brazovic getting the goal. And Frascioni, something like that, beat them 2-0. An own goal, and then Dimitri Payet scored. So in this game, we played for the first time, I think, in the series against a team that's not really a big team, which worries me because then I think I'm the favourites and we're going to lose. And we've had so many great wins where we've actually won against big teams, and now I'm playing someone who's 20th in the league and we should win. I feel like I'm not going to win it, and that makes me nervous. But we're playing against Trapani. I don't know, in Italian. But that's who we're playing against. We have Fiorentina in the Italian Cup semi-final. I think I may bring the second leg as the next game, because it was a good run. But again, it may depend on what's going on. I may bring the Milan game or the Roma game. I've got plenty of games there to choose from. And we drew Shakhtar in the Euro Cup first leg, the first knockout round, which we drew last year as well, which is a little bit frustrating. So we're playing them again. I think the main goal is the league. Finish, top 2 now would be nice. We'll finish second. I don't think we'll break Juventus. Finish second would be good. I'd be, more than happy with that. But the Euro Cup would still be, nice. But we kind of already won that. And I suppose 2 years in a row wouldn't be too bad. So let's get into the game against Trapani. Or Trapani. I just do not know how to say that. And that really irritates me. Right. Quick pick. Berahino Vela. Was I playing Vela as false 9? I wasn't I? Yeah, I've been playing Vela as false 9 and he's played really well there. Payet behind them, which is strange, right? Payet's playing that well that Perisic can't get into the squad, and he's wanted by that huge Chinese team, Guangzhou. Yeah, that's right. So it's like, that's a huge question. Do you let him go? He's 29, but he's so good. Like, he's been brilliant, but do we let him go if they come in with like 30 million? I'm not going to get that much more out of him. I don't know. It's a difficult decision. Belotti starts on the bench. Does he start on the bench? He is. Berahino's been good recently, though. Yeah, we'll start Belotti on the bench. Markovic, Barbosa. Barbosa is one of those players which is frustrating me because I really want to get him the game time. Really, because I know he's got unbelievable potential on the game, and I just can't get him the game time because there's just not too many players that are playing so well. We're playing against a weaker team, so Barbosa can start there. We'll start Perisic as well. I feel like we should give other players a bit of a run when we're playing against a weaker team. And Paul for João Mario. Armando Izzo, who's whinging that he's not getting game time, which is just like, I've given him so much game time as well. Planos, which great stuff didn't happen last time I played Planos. Guys, Jedvaj, by the way, having a breakout year. He's been unbelievable. So everything you said when I signed him was just 22-year-old Croatian. He's been average. He's been really average. But average has been okay. He needs some average players. Yeah, that's what we're going to start with. Submit team. Yes. I don't care about match sharpness. These lads are professionals. If you haven't, and you've already reached this stage of the video, make sure to subscribe, guys, and leave a like, rating, because it's really, it makes you feel good. Lazio are literally right behind us. They've just had a turnaround season. It's frustrating how well they're playing. So this would be a very good time to pick up another win. Just keep on bridging that gap. Just keep on, keeping the gap well, and Lazio have to slip up at some point. Wow, man, the Inter kit looks like blue today. Like blue. this should be a win. The changes always nerve me, and the live com always nerves me, because it's just like live coms. The first season, the live coms were awesome. Like, all the live coms you guys got to watch were like fantastic games, like nail biting and like really enjoyable, because we won most of the live coms. I'm pretty sure we won nearly every live com last season. This season hasn't been that, and this does not fill me with confidence. If they go 1-up here, I'm going to cry. First shot, and it's a clear-cut chance as well. Other teams have been clinical against us, definitely, this season, and it's been really irritating, because we could play the socks off of a game, and then other teams have just been that touch more clinical, and we've lost. Now, Barbosa was fantastic in the Euro Cup last season. Didn't do much in the league, didn't play enough. I think was probably the huge thing. I'm going to change him to a centre forward. I just feel like he plays better. If it's complete forward. I don't know why I say centre forward. Every time I do that. See, stats wise, we're absolutely dominating them. We've not yet to have a highlight though, which irritates me even more right now. It's one of those games where you just sneak it with a cheeky goal. It's awful. Going forward by the looks of it. Are we, can we, not happy with the way you're playing right now. Not really making me want to keep picking you. If I'm being completely honest. Can we have a, this is that start of half, like, highlight. Yeah. Can we please have a going forward highlight? This has to be. If this is them, this is going to really irritate me. Berahino. Witsel. Planos. DePaul. Brazovic. Witsel. This is nice, Nice little play. But, get the ball into the danger zones. Perisic. Brazovic. He's got, he always shoots from there and it irritates me. Brazovic. Perisic. Berahino off the post or crossbar. What do you guys think about Berahino in real life? Like, what's the kid doing? He needs to get back to playing football. Like, what's going on with him? Tony Pulis and West Brom. You'd still want to be playing, wouldn't you? The ball in. Brazovic. Yes! 1-0. Cheeky 1-0. And, we should have absolutely been shutting down this team. We've had 17 shots, 7 on target, 10 off. 17 shots. Why does it say 22 shots, 10 off target, 7 on target? That's only 17 shots. Football Manager maths is not fantastic, I'm starting to learn. The forwards are doing nothing. Perisic. I don't like this. Brazovic. Miranda. That's it. Calm play down again, lads. Brazovic. Berahino. So you guys going to shout. It's going to be awful. You can tell when you get that highlight and they're running like sideways trying to get round that it's going to be a terrible shot. Plenty of yellow cards, which unnerves me. Don't tell him to get stuck in though, which is a little bit frustrating. Yeah, we'll tell him to close down more, but don't tell him to get stuck in. Stay on your feet. Let's not get red. Jenkinson again. Brazovic. Witsel. I think that took a deflection. I don't care. Axel Witsel. He's been a great. I'm pretty sure he's obviously him and Berahino are free signings that you can get on any save after season 1. Like, if you're this level team and you can pick them up. If you're not, it's stupid because there's such great free signings. Axel Witzel's been fantastic as a squad player, and Berahino's starting to come into his own. He's scoring goals. Obviously not today. Bring Belotti on for Berahino. Markovic for Perisic. And I'll play him as a playmaker. And we'll just do that for now. That's good. I'm good with that. This again just keeps the league going. It's just keep plodding along in the league, picking up win after win after win, and eventually they'll be off our back. Axel Witsel, Markovic plays it back to Jenkinson. Jenkinson's been a good pickup for his price. Like, just a solid performer. Like, he just tends to always perform well. It's rare that he has a bad game. There's going to be a highlight here as well. Lorenzo Gavioli. 4-star potential. He's not even that good, but I needed more like rotation homegrown players, so I was just like, right, this kid will do. Ball in. Penalty. Well done, Markovic. He's won us a penalty. Oh, happy days. Who's number 50 though? No, it's number 7. Who's number 7? Is it Markovic who's taking it, or is that Belotti? A little bit nervous now, lads. Belotti should slot this. Does slot this. 3-0. It's just, why couldn't we do this in the Champions? I know we're playing against Trapani, but it's just frustrating that we didn't perform well in the Champions League. I'm thinking next season, if we're given any money, because I've got a feeling that we're not going to be given much money at all. I feel like I just want a huge marquee signing. Because the squad's pretty strong now with squad players and players that can maintain being in the squad. But I think just like one huge big name. It's just like figuring out what position to sign them for. That on my plan is to sign 2 Brazilian wonder kids. You've got to have goals and plans, in this kind of thing. So hopefully Lazio lose. We're right on the heels of Juventus as long as Juventus lose. But look at that, 64% possession, 33 shots, 13 on target. It would have been absolutely frustrating if we hadn't have picked up those goals in this game and they'd have actually won. That would have been ridiculous. Anyway, guys, I hope that when I come to you next, we're still in second. We seem to be going well. The club seems to be going well. I'm happy with the direction of the team. I do feel confident that next season we can cause a problem in Europe. But I feel like that group was harsh. I mean, leave in the comments what you think about it, but I feel like that group was like really tough. Like, that's not an easy group, in my opinion. And Leverkusen's team's just ridiculous. But anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, @YorkieMan. And yeah, see you later.